All right, guys, I am Keith Noe. I'm here with Elijah Thacker. We're going to be interviewing Steve Walden and Ryan Carroll leading up to their boxing match, their exhibition boxing match at New Line Cage Fighting 7 on October 9th at Harts High School, also known as Harts Community Center.
All right, guys. So this is one of the most exciting fights on the card. I've been watching both your fights, and big thing to me is you guys know each other really well. Ryan, you used to coach Steve. So what's it like fighting somebody that used to be your student?
Actually, I think this is a first. Now that I think about it, out of all the years I've been teaching, I don't think I've ever fought any of my guys ever. I don't think, unless it was like way back when. But as far as I can remember, I don't think I've ever really done that.
So how did this fight come about? I know one of you called each other out. Who called out who?
I'm not sure which one was which. It was kind of back and forth, I think. And because we never, like, since he's not close to me as far as like in this state, I think it was more like through social media banter, more or less. So I think that's kind of how it came about, really. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been kind of
I'll ask Steve. I'll ask you the same question. What's it like getting ready to fight your coach? I'm sure it's pretty strange.
Elijah, yeah, it kind of is strange, even though we're fighting for a great cause. And yeah, it was some social media banner. I called out two people, one name I'm not going to say. And Ryan stepped up, and I give him the utmost respect for that. As a pro fighter, coming to a pro exhibition, I want to say real quickly that I challenged the two gentlemen because I'm getting up in age. I'm not as quick as I used to be. I don't hit as hard as I used to. And to me, to challenge my coach is something of a unspoken dream of every fighter. Ryan has gave me so much technique, so much knowledge of the game, fighting, MMA. The man taught me so much in so little time. And with me asking him to do this, it wasn't out of hatred. It was out of being a professional, trying to get something going to where me and him can foresee our careers going forward, not to endanger us, but to help us going forward, because I know how much Ryan loves. The man absolutely loves the fight game, whether it be MMA or boxing. He has the heart of a lion. So when I called the two people out, one gentleman couldn't understand the circumstances and what was going on. And Ryan accepted, and I was like, huh, here we go. This bout's going to happen. So I didn't challenge him out of disrespect. I did it out of love. There has been some unspoken bad vibes between me and Ryan, and that is my fault. So when we get in that cage to box, I accept the consequences. I accept everything he gives me, whatever punishment. But I will defend myself because he taught me one thing. Ryan Carroll taught me how to defend myself and to protect myself under some serious time of training.
How long did you train with Ryan, Steve? How long did you train with him? Oh, you're muted, buddy. You're muted, bud.
Who, me?
Steve. There you go.
Ryan, please, if you would, correct me if I'm wrong. It was around 3 months, maybe more. Was it around that time, Ryan?
It was
Pretty close, right?
probably something. Yeah.
3 to 4 months.
I think it was like 3 months, and then you did that
May
you
I
did that
add one thing?
one
I want
fight.
to add something to the training though. If it wasn't for me and you meeting up, it was after I think it had been NLC 3, maybe 4.
You came down. Yeah, you came down to one of my shows looking, and you said you were looking for a place to train. Yeah, and you were living in Parkersburg at the time.
Eyes when me and Ryan met, and you told me at Keith Noe's advice, he told me, you're in Parkersburg. Train with this guy. Get in this gym. Learn what you can. Love it. Respect it. Earn it. That was from Keith. Keith told me to join. And what did I do? I came right down.
Right. Yeah. I think it was right around probably 3 months or so. Because I know you fought on that card that we had at the Armory. And then you fought again on a last minute notice where you had to drop like, I think 20 pounds in 24 hours or something like that. So we accomplished that. So you had 2 fights under me. And I think that's what, I think that's, yeah, it was like 3 months, I'd say. And then, you know, everything else was going on with COVID and stuff like that. So all the fights stopped essentially.
I do remember, and Ryan, you correct me if I'm wrong. I went and fought a gentleman, Mike Shepard's gym, Doghouse. It was a Doghouse production. You had a young lady about to fight MMA, and we discussed this on very, very, very short notice. And you and the gentleman and the ladies at the gym pushed me very, very hard. I mean, they pushed me hard to drop weight down to cruiser to fight a gentleman. The coaching, the experience that this man had to bring me from a rough and rowdy brawl fighter and tough man fighter. And yes, I am giving Ryan all this credit because without him, it wouldn't have been possible. I jumped in a ring against a guy I didn't know. Had no idea who he was. Ryan gets a call. He says, hey, man, I need a boxer. So I open a show under Ronin Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, and boxing, under coaching and training of Ryan Carroll. This man takes me from a freaking nobody that ain't been in a ring in what? Keith, you know this. What, 16 years? 15 years?
In a minute. It's been a while. 2005, 6, something like that.
Been a while. And I jumped in the ring under this man's coaching and training, and I went all 3 rounds. I lost the decision because I wasn't aggressive. But Ryan can tell you why I wasn't aggressive. The man pushed me beyond my limits to drop weight. And I have nothing but respect for that man for that.
All right. I think Elijah had a. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, Elijah.
So, like I say, we see you guys have got a long history together. You know each other so well. Ryan, what's it like training a guy for months and months, changing his life? You see, he's got a lot of respect for you. What's it like him calling you out for a fight saying, I want to get in here and show you what I got now?
Well,
and I know you're doing it for a good cause, but still, it's got to be a little weird.
It's a little weird, but in the same token, it's like it. And it's kind of how I run my classes or my guys in general. I feel that I've accomplished my goals. if my guys can fight with me and hang with me, then I've accomplished my coaching status with that particular person. So honestly, it doesn't make me upset at all one bit. I'm glad and thankful that, the people that I train have that confidence with the knowledge that I've given them, to be able to hang with me. That says a lot on my and their behalf. So, I thoroughly enjoy it. I love getting in here and banging with all the guys. It's not as bad because he's not here training. So it's a little bit different. Like right now, my guys that are here, yeah, we spar hard in the gym, but more than likely, unless something like crazy happened, I wouldn't fight the guys that are currently training under me. Now, granted, we do go pretty hard. And when they catch me with a good one, I'm like, hell yeah, man, that was awesome. Like, do that again, because it lets me know that I've trained them well. So in that aspect, yeah, I
Freeze up.
Yeah, it's frozen.
absolutely am proud, to say, if I've trained this person and we're fighting, and if they get the best of me, then shit, I've done a good job, so it is what it is,
Yep.
So, moving on, like in the time you guys have been away together, how's training changed?
Hey, Steve, since you left Ryan, how has your training changed? Oh, Ryan dropped
Oh, I'm
out.
sorry. My training it's been mediocre. It's been me training myself, going off of what Ryan has taught me, and watching what I can from several new exhibitions and boxing events. So I've been doing strenuous work, as in concrete, construction. But I try to take note to everything Ryan has taught me. And I try to, I think the right words, cohere, to go off of what I was taught. You know what I mean? I mean, Ryan, to an extent, has taught me to another level of fighting. Yeah, I used to be a brawler. Fought tough, man. I fought rough and rowdy. And I came into a belt back in May. And I think I hurt myself more than the fight did in the circumstances. I think where the hit I took, I think I dropped down where I stood up so fast. I think that's what caused me not to recognize everything. I think I blacked out kind of to an extent, almost passed out. But with what coach, I hope you don't mind me saying that, Ryan, but what coach taught me, he always taught me defend myself, protect myself, strike when appropriate. Wait for that moment. Take whatever betterment you have to take, but protect yourself and be ready to unleash when that time is present. And Ryan, I love you, brother. I have nothing but the utmost respect for you. I'm gonna protect myself, and I'm gonna wait for that moment. I'm going to, because I know you're gonna put me to the test of my extremes, to the test of my ability and to the test of my knowledge of everything you taught me and the man on the screen with a hat. Both of you have taught me so much over the past 18 years. Keith, you taught me a shit ton. Pardon my French. Ryan, you taught me the professional manner of fighting. Keith taught me the right way to brawl. So now what I know I got to do, I got to combine them. I got to make both meet in the middle so I can prevail.
Well,
that's all I know.
We talked a little bit about Steve's mindset and his training. Ryan, I know things are probably business as usual at Ronin MMA. I saw at the last New Line card, your guys were killing it. You know, Tyrone Kenshin, a lot of the guys that you were cornering, they killed it. And so I know you got a lot of good training partners and you're working hard. So how are you preparing for this fight?
You know, it's a typical business day for me, honestly. Already this year, I've had 2 other pro fights. I fought back to back within like 3 months. So it's only been maybe a month or so since my last fight. So honestly, my training, it only intensifies. Like, especially it goes hand in hand, right? If I'm fighting, my fighters train harder. If my fighters are fighting, I train them harder. So now that it's like been peak fighting season. You know, we just got done fighting at New Line. Then before that, we had fights at the Golf Hazard. So, you know, we're on that roll, you know. So nothing really changes other than the intensity. You know, I don't think I've really taken any time off. The only thing that may have changed now is I've brought in Brian Lee, B Lee Management. So with them guys coming down now, we have about 20 or 30 different gentlemen and some females, all mostly pro fighters from Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, even further down south in Ohio or West Virginia. And we're getting some banging hard training sessions, you know. So as far as like training wise, the only thing I do is step up my game just a little bit more, you know. I'm always mentally prepared. Physically, that's usually not a problem. Especially like it's kind of nice because I don't have to drop any weight for this fight. You know, typically, you know, I fight anywhere from 35 to 30, so I may have to drop anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds, depending upon what I carry. But this time I'm right around 136, and obviously I don't have to lose any weight, so that's one less mental stress that I don't gotta worry about. You know, other than that, you know. I can't say that anything's really changed as far as like fighting bigger guys, because obviously Steve's a little bit bigger than me.
Just a little bit.
But everybody I spar with is, you know, at least 10 to 20 pounds heavier than me, all the way up to, you know, our super heavyweights, you know, 200-300 pounds. So, you know, it's not really anything big. You know, I train 5-6 days a week. You know, if I done anything different, it'd be to rest more, which that ain't going to happen. You know, it's peak fighting season. Yeah. Plus, I got more fights coming up after our fight, so you know I gotta train ahead and prepare for that. And yeah, you know, it's all in a day's work, honestly. Yeah.
Hopefully we can after January we can turn it all year into peak fighting season. Yeah, you got a lot of promoters putting shows on in West Virginia. B Lee's doing a lot up your way. Shepard's doing a lot up your way. And you got B Lee right there in the gym, so your guys want to stay active.
Oh, and, yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, these guys are hungry and crap. Like there's, I think, a combined total of anywhere from 10 to 12 guys.
Wow.
Yeah. We may have a couple females in the background, but I ain't going to unleash that beast yet. But as far as the guys, they're ready, they're willing, but I want to make sure that they're ready.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of put them through the grinder. You know, they got to do at least 5-minute rounds with me before I feel that they're okay to jump in the cage. If they don't last those 5.5s, you know, back to the drawing board. You know, I want that cardio to be there. I want that mentality to be there. I don't want that, you know, that give up attitude. Get that crap out the window. So yeah, we have a crap ton of fighters just eager to take bets at it, you know, which is good because, you know, it's peaking on maybe retirement age for me, sometime in the near future. I don't know. So we'll see. You know, I enjoy what I do. I absolutely love training these guys and you know, being in their corners.
Yeah.
So
one thing I've noticed about your guys, man, they're all willing to fight anybody. And I'm not going to throw them to the wolves and give them crazy matchups, but you know, they're just like, you know, let me know what you got. I'm like, yeah, you know, talk to Ryan. You know, here's what I have. See what Ryan thinks about it. But you know, they're like willing to step in. They're just ready to go all the time.
Absolutely,
and, just eager. Yeah.
And I kind of blame myself for that because, you know, I've never been one to turn anything down. You know, I don't care who it is, you know, from Brandon Moreno to, you know, the best boxer from Nevada. You know, I just got done fighting this crazy, awesome, good kid from Nevada that flew all the way here to fight me, you know. And they have that same mentality. And I think hopefully, maybe that part is rubbing off on them to where, you know, they're not afraid to fight. You know, they're not going to be picky and choose and be like, no, I don't want to do this fight because of such and such or blah, blah, blah. You know, obviously I don't want there to be a huge disadvantage, but in the same token, I think that they have enough of the capabilities to be able to pretty much take whatever fight they want, you know, and not really have to worry about it.
Yeah, one of your heavyweights, he's been at it maybe 4 or 5 months. He's coming out calling out one of our undefeated heavyweights, ranked number 2 in the state, Alex Davis, and you're like, let's get another one, get an easier fight in first before we take on that mountain.
Yeah,
but yeah, he was ready to go. He was really confident that he had the skills to win that fight. But you know, then again, you know, Alex has a lot of boxing. He's 2-0 MMA, and you know, you're just like, hey, you know, let's get another one in first, and you know, we'll shoot for that one later. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, like, and that's why I tell the guys, they're like, well, do you think I should take this fight? I'm like, well, look, you're good. And then, you know, it's funny because like you get some people who are like, well, I don't know if my jiu-jitsu is good enough to go against this guy. I'm like, well, listen, you're more than likely, and it's not being a big head or egotistical, but I'm like, look, more than likely this guy that you're going against is probably not at the caliber of over half the people at this gym because we put everybody through the ringer, especially like jiu-jitsu. Like if you're going to last, you know, rounds here and still be able to survive and stuff, at least you should be able to survive during an MMA fight. Not saying you'll conquer and be the best. We're not saying we're the best ever. You know, don't get me wrong. But it is that confidence that, you know, you try to instill in them and be like, you know, don't worry, you know, if you're able to hang with us, you know, you're good to go. And
you're making guys so confident that they're calling you out, creating monsters capable of your own destruction.
Hey, that's all right. That's what I want, you know, from kids. That's something that my old instructor, they instilled in me, you know, like, they're like, when you become good enough to whoop my ass, then I'm doing my job. You know? So it is what it is. You know, it's a compliment, but it's also like, crap, man, you know. You gotta take it as it is and, you know, be happy that it happened. You know, it may suck, but meh.
Yeah.
You know?
So Steve, I got a little question for you. So, you know, your last fight, you fought Mikey. He was what, 295 pounds. I mean, big, solid, hard hitting man.
You know, weighed in at 208.
Yeah. So, and now you're fighting somebody literally half the size, or probably less than half the size of Mikey, and you're right, like exactly half the size of Mikey, and you know he's going to be a little faster. He may not have that power of a 300-pound fighter, but you know, like what's going through your head, you know, going from somebody that size to, you know, fighting a bantamweight, you know, featherweight like Ryan here.
Pads, man. You're talking about my coach. Talking about the man that taught me. So the pad work is like, it's running, it's going. That's in my brain. To be southpaw, to fight my damn coach. I mean, I love you, coach. And I don't mean no disrespect by this, I swear I don't. There were times when pads were hit that we would forget each other. And when it comes down to this fight, I don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? I wanted to be able to put on a defensive play against a man that showed me to fight both ways, to be ambidextrous in boxing. I want to be able to be fair with him to where he can defend himself and me not hurt either one of us. Me dropping the glove and getting hit hard and getting rocked to where I can't fight again. You know what I mean? Ryan Carroll showed me a love for boxing other than brawling. He brought me from being a barroom brawler to a man that can take a hit but can give a hit. So when it comes to this fight, I look at it like I'm fighting a brother. I'm fighting my brother. That's how I feel in my heart. I'm fighting a man that showed me love, and I gave him the love and the intensity to learn what he knew and give it to me. It's like Daniel-san versus Miyagi.
Daniel-san.
I know he showed me stuff. Yeah. He can show me defensive. He can show me offensive. But there are things that Ryan showed me that there's things that a coach does. And this has been a long time coming. Straight up, being honest. There are things that a coach shows a trainee. Yeah, I can show you how to defend yourself. I can show you how to fight, but I ain't going to show you how to beat me.
Do you know how to beat him? Did you learn it?
I am ready for that expectation.
So do you
All
have
right,
some? Is there something up your?
like it.
Is you got something up your sleeve? You have you picked up something since you left Ryan's gym?
No, I ain't got nothing up my sleeve. Got something in my brain.
Maybe a beer.
There is something he did not teach me, defensive and offensively, that I'm gonna have to wait and anticipate in this upcoming bout. And I'm gonna do my best to be ready for it. I've got to. I have no choice. I'm 0-1 as a pro. Given it's a pro exhibition, I know it don't count. But like I said, I get to fight a man that trains every day in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, and MMA. I got to look for that hidden secret that he never showed any of us.
Okay.
You know what
So
I'm
do you
saying?
think the Ryan's been holding back when he's teaching, maybe not showing you some things?
I'm not
that,
saying he's holding back. I'm just saying I know Ryan has that. He's the one that's got something up his sleeve.
he's
I
got
love
skills
you,
that he's developed
I
over a
love you.
long time.
I love you. I
got
know
you.
you got something up that sleeve. There is something you didn't teach us, and I know I'm gonna see it when we get in that ring. I know it.
All right, let's go back in for a second. Ryan, really, I just want to know, when you think about the fight, when you visualize it, what do you see happening?
Oh man, you guys the hard questions. Well, you know, you can never predict a fight.
I love you, Coach.
Love you too, man. You know, like I said, you just can't predict a fight, regardless. You know, out of every fight that I've ever had, I don't think they've ever went as planned, ever. Like, you can go in there with the mindset of, I'm going to do this and this and this, but you know, things change, people change. You don't know how your body's going to react, you know. You don't know, sometimes you may see an opening and it may be something way different than what you planned for. So kind of like he was saying, you know, I am looking forward to it. I am curious, you know, to see what he has retained, you know. And I think it'll be an absolute blast. I don't have any animosity. I think it'll be a hell of a good time, and I think we're going to put on probably the best show there. Nothing to take away from anybody, because I know for a fact there's going to be people right after they see this, they're going to be like, "Fuck you, our fight." I don't care, you know, because that's just, you know, it is what it is. You know, my goal is, you know, to go out there and have a good time. I enjoy fighting. Like, it's something just bred in me. Now, as far as seeing how the fight goes, so I know I was kind of straying away. Well, I may or may not have something up my sleeve. So
He's full of crap, guys.
Those secret moves you've been holding back on. You ready to unleash those?
You do have to hide some things, you know. But then after a while, people are like, "Man, how do you keep getting that on me?" Or, "What's the secret to that move?" And eventually, you got to kind of tell them or show them. You know, I'm also ambidextrous. You know, I can fight southpaw. I might come out of southpaw.
Both ways. That's how you taught me.
So, I mean, you may see a little bit of southpaw dancing. You just don't know, you know. I hope that we can just put on a good show. Like I said, I don't want to predict, because I don't like predicting. Number one, it makes you look like an ass. You know, I don't want to be like, "Oh yeah, it's going to be like this," and then get out there and it'd be totally different. They'll be like, "What the hell, dude?" You know, I don't care how good you are. You just can't do that. You just cannot predict what's going to happen. I do, however, anticipate it to be a very exciting fight. And I think the crowd will enjoy it. You know, I think everybody will enjoy it. I know I'm going to enjoy it, just because it's not the fact of punching Steve. It's just the thrill of it all, and sharing that ring or that cage with a fellow man. That in turn is enough respect for me. So when I get to share that with someone, things are different, you know. So I thoroughly anticipate it, and I'm looking forward to doing it, you know. Who knows, it may last all 3 rounds. It just depends, I guess. And that's the thing, you know, it depends upon, you know, if we both come out just swinging hard, or if we come out and we box, you know, because there's a difference, you know, right? You come out, you box, you showcase your skills, versus just coming out and swinging for the fences, you know. I know what I want to do. You know, I like to showcase, just because it's fun, you know. But again, it all depends upon how he is, and sometimes you just don't know how you're going to react. As soon as that door locks, you can be fully one-minded on a certain idea, but everything can be normal up until the point when that ref says fight. You just can't predict it. You know, as soon as he says fight, you may have an adrenaline drop or adrenaline dump. You know, you may go 100%. You may just be like, "Cool, let's go have fun." Don't be surprised if maybe we'll talk to each other during the fight, you know. It may happen, you know. And if so, hey, that just means it's a comfortable scenario where we're just enjoying, you know, each other being punched in the face.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of people, they can't understand that, but for me, I like it.
So, Steve, how do you feel about that? Do you see the fight going any other way, or do you think it could go 3 rounds? Or are you hunting for that finish?
I see it as this. Coach is going to come out at his best. And I'll know by the look on his face if it's 100% or, you know, Ryan has always had this way about himself, and I love him for it. I want to box. I want to come out and show my coach that I learned, that I took everything to head and to heart, and repeatedly trained on that. So I'm not giving a prediction. I want to go out. I want to be able to throw hands with my trainer, my coach.
I want to see
I want to be able to show him that love and that respect.
I want to see if you can box. I want you to go out there and just throw hands with me, you know. Show me that footwork, show me the handwork, you know. You know, that's what I want to see. That's what the crowd's going to want to see, you know. That's you know, that's what I want. That's what makes a good fight. You know?
So is it fair to say, Ryan, that you'd like to see Steve do well in this fight? In a way.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to see
My coach.
or anything, you know? I don't want to, you know, I want to see technical proficiency. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I want to see. You know, and then whatever happens, happens. You know, like I said, you can't predict it. So, hey, technical proficiency and just, you know, hang with me. You know, get that cardio. You know, hang with me, and we'll make a hell of a good show. You know, that's what I want.
Well, boys, I honestly can't wait to watch. You guys have got me fired up about it.
It'll be a good one. It'll be a good one. I guarantee it.
All right, guys, any last words here?
Yeah, I do have last words. Hey, Coach, there was one point in time you told me, stand up, breathe, guard yourself, give what you got. Coach, that is how I'm coming into this fight. I want to be able to come out and show you with every ounce in me that you trained me to be the fighter I am. That way, when we both leave that cage, win, lose, or draw, I don't care what it is. I don't care. But I want to show you and New Line Cage Fighting audience that you showed me the proper technique, the proper ability to show everybody I'm not a laughing stock, that I am the man you showed everything that you taught me. I do not want to leave that cage thinking with a shadow of a doubt of my mind that I'm not a fighter. I want to go in. I want to have fun. I want to show respect every round. Whatever round we go to, I don't care. I want to tap gloves. I want to show love. I want to show respect to a man that showed me the proper technique of everything I know. I love you, Coach. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to step in the cage and the ring whatever you want to call it. I want to thank you for accepting the challenge and letting me show everyone that I know what you taught me. Whether you beat me or not, I love you, man. You showed me what I know on a pro level. On a brawler level, I ain't even going there. I want to box. I want to go out there with you and get it in. I want to show you that you taught me the proper way to be a young man in a bad world, to fight and raise whatever little money we do for a good cause. I want to give you that respect and show you that love. There will be no disrespect for me, only glove taps. I love you, Coach. Thank you for this opportunity.
All right. Then Ryan, any final words before we take off?
I'm just excited to get it, man. Like I said, I love this fight game. And, you know, like I keep reiterating. I'm excited. The anticipation's building up. Man,
What's it going to be like to get a fight, you know, on the same card as your students, you know, the same night?
You know, I don't think I've done that in quite some time. It's honestly, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at that point where I get more thrilled about being in their corner and coaching them than I do my own fights. It's quite comical, really. I'm usually just pretty quiet, somber, and I just go out there and fight and handle my business. Versus when my guys are fighting, man, I am like hysterical and screaming and I'm super pumped. Like, it's absolutely insane. So I expect fireworks. Like, I shit you not. Like, we have a little something kind of in the background that we share now as an entity with like our walkout music. Right. So we kind of do a little bit of a war drum type thing. So we may or may not have any music playing, but we may have some war drums being played. So you could probably maybe anticipate something crazy like that.
That's cool.
You know, I'm so thrilled about how our team is right now, how they've grown. And everybody's so awesome to one another. Like, it's just a huge brotherhood from the men and the women alike.
Yeah.
And the level that they're taking it to, you know, they're bringing up ideas, you know, that it's beyond my expectations sometimes. And I'm just like, man, that's awesome. You know, like, we all go as a team, we fight as a team, we leave as a team, you know. But as far as, you know, I forget what you even asked me, and I get on my own little soapbox.
Yeah, just fighting on this, you know, fighting the same night as your guys, man. I mean, that I know you get so excited for them, you know, then you have to step into the ring yourself after.
Yeah. Like, I mean, honestly, like, my adrenaline's going to be so pumped from them. You know, I hope I'll have enough energy for my fight because, like, I lose my voice. I get like so excited over him. I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude, you kicked his ass. And then I'm like, then it's my turn. It's like, oh,
you just have to keep drinking water all night, man.
yeah. You know, like, I mean, I'm absolutely excited about it. You know, I think it's going to be an awesome night. You're going to see a lot more of Team Ronin. You know, we just like fighting. You know. And it is nothing against anybody. We just, some of it, you know, we just enjoy doing that. But yeah, it's going to be awesome having them in the same part as me, you know. And I tell you what, it does make our training so much more better. When I'm pumped up and training and they're training, so it's pretty amazing, you know. Like tonight we had a really nice hard training session. And it's awesome when that it reminds you of remember when Hulkamania met Macho Man when two worlds collide, you know, that kind of deal. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels, you know. I forget what they called it, the super shit. I'm gonna have a brain fart now.
Super mega powers.
Yeah.
That handshake.
Super mega powers.
That's how I feel, you know. Like when we're all fighting on the same thing, it's like, fuck yeah, we're here for one thing, you know. Sorry if I'm cussing a lot, I just get excited over it. But yeah, it's gonna be great. Like I'm more focused on them for the most part. I'm just gonna go out there and do my thing, you know. Like I said, I've never stopped training. You know, I just came off 2 other fights. You know, I'm not taking this fight lightly by any means. You know, I'm training super hard. So I just, you know, I hope Steve's also training. I'm bringing my 100% A game. You know, I'm coming at my best boxing ability. You know, so expect me to be super technical. Yeah, I'm going to be fast. There's a little bit of power behind there too. This 135-pound guy. But you know, it is what it is. I think it's going to be a great time. I'm super stoked about it, and I hope everybody comes down. You know, we are doing it for a good cause. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that's one of the main reasons, you know, that we was talking about this fight, was setting up something, you know, because I like to give back to the community however possible, and you know that's one way that, you know, we can bring people into, you know, the fight community, and also, you know, reach out to, you know, someone that's having a bad time, you know, with breast cancer, you know, with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I thought it was just a perfect time to do it, you know. Who doesn't want to see, you know, a guy, you know, a David and Goliath fight? You know, who doesn't want to come down and watch that? You know, if you don't come down for any other fight, you got to come down and watch us. Like, there's never been a David and Goliath fight in the history of all, like, MMA fights or boxing or anything.
Really,
never
Coach?
You know, huh?
Really, Coach?
That the first time you've been called Goliath in your life, huh, Steve?
This might be the first fight of its kind in West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
But I love you, Coach. Hey, Coach, I got a serious question for you.
Oh no.
Budweiser, Stella Artois, right?
Only when I'm not training.
After the fight.
Oh, after
you guys gonna share a beer together?
After the fight, yeah, we'll have beer together. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you know, I mean, I take my training hardcore seriously. You know, like I said, I'm here 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. You know, I got water and BCAAs. That's my friend.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Straight up, I love you. I respect you.
I appreciate that. And I
ready for this war.
It's bad war. My respect for this. Yeah, absolutely. I want you to be 100% ready, man.
I love you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love you too. You know, we're gonna get out there.
Coach. Fish for tatas, baby. Come on. Come on, baby.
I can't even say that.
It's got to rhyme at least, or start with here. You know, I don't know. I think we'll come up with something. You know, it's
got to be something different.
Yeah.
But I guess on a Thursday night, 12 beers deep, it sounded pretty good, right?
Why you gotta be mean about it? I ain't even that mean. But I love y'all. And,
we're boxing.
I wasn't anticipating the interview to go this long. Coach, real quick, I see you right now. So face to face, I love you. I respect you. I'm coming with the game you've taught me.
$50 bonus to whoever gives the first low blow.
Oh,
I'm not gonna hit a old man that low. Love you, coach.
Oh man. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Coach. Face to face. Give me coach. Give me coach. Hey, coach.
yeah.
I want you to know I love you. I respect you. And I'm bringing the same game you taught me on short notice. So I'm coming, coach. I love you.
All right, guys.
I really
Hey,
do.
thanks for being on, and look forward to seeing this fight October 9th.
October 9th, baby. Arts, West Virginia.